was it the Netherlands? If I miss anything important, I'm sorry. It just like, okay. So the first thing, what should we mention first? Okay, so hold on. Okay, so I guess the first thing in my notes is Max. During the first lap of the race, what should we call it? Max was going for the second spot because he was starting third, and he ended up overtaking Lando. But like he almost like lost it. What should I call it? If I remember correctly, this track is like very like sandy again. So like he like got a bit of sand, and like he like slid and he almost lost the car basically. And I was like, oh my god, I was at the edge of my seat. And also this video might be fast. I don't know. We'll see. There was also an incident between Bortoletto and Stroll. I mean, if I remember correctly, Lance Stroll had a horrible weekend. Horrible weekend. I think. Hold on, what's this? Yeah. I think like during free practice 1, he like ended up not qualifying, but he ended up getting like 3rd place during free practice, and then he like flooped it. I think during the second practice or at the 3rd, he ended up crashing, and then the team like fixed the car, and then like qualifying happened, and he ended up qualifying 19. So it was not a good weekend to be Lance Stroll. And apparently, I saw this tweet, but I don't know if it holds like any I don't know if it's true or not. But apparently, like back in like 2023, apparently Lance wanted to leave like F1, like Aston, but his dad said no. So I don't know how true that is, y'all. That's just something that I saw on Twitter. And then something else that happened was that Alpine had both of their cars switch. I can't remember if I don't know. Well, they ended up switching because at the end of it, like Colbert ended up 11th and Gasly was 17th, so I don't know. And then like the worst of the worst was happening. Lewis Hamilton ended up crashing, and because of that, I effectively crashed out as well. I saw that and I was just like, oh my god, I just couldn't believe it. I was so upset. I hate that because like I feel like this season has been so tough for Lewis. Like I think it wasn't the last race. He was just saying some stuff that were like super sad, and like I don't know. You never want to hear a driver talk about themselves that way. So he crashed. So it was like a horrible weekend, right, to be a Ferrari fan, right? And because of that, a safety car came out, and right before Lewis crashed, Charles had actually just come into pit. So basically, Charles missed the perfect opportunity. Like, you know, whatever. So like, George ended up like back in front of him because he pitted, like, whatever, and George ended up getting a free pit stop. So, excuse me. And so yeah, Charles like pitted before the safety car. So basically, he got super unlucky. And yeah, so it also like it was shitty for Charles as well. I don't know. It's kind of weird because like from this side of the mic, like honestly, like, everything sounds fine. But as soon as I get to this side of the mic, like you can't really like, I don't know, it sounds different. Okay, and then there was an incident between Liam Lawson and Carlos Sainz where basically I think Liam was trying to pass him, and I think they might have like actually collided, and I think they both actually got punctures. I can't remember that well. So they both had to. Excuse me, sorry. They both had to like come in and pit. And the stewards ended up giving Carlos Sainz, I think it was a 10-second penalty. It was kind of insane. I mean, I personally thought that Carlos Sainz was not at fault. I kind of thought that it was Liam's fault, but right. And afterwards, I mean, I didn't really stay on Twitter that much after the race, so I'm not too sure if anything else changed. But if I remember correctly, I think I saw an interview of Carlos saying how the stewards stewards did not want to talk to him after the race, and he was upset because he's like, the stewards always say that their doors are open after a race, and like, you know, it's gonna, like, you know, what the hell's going on. So that happened. Oh, and then we had like a virtual safety car because there was like debris on the main straight. So yeah, and then oh yeah, okay, so George and Charles. So obviously they were in the battle for like fifth or fourth at this point. Sorry y'all, it's like I mean it's not that late, it's only like 7:30, but it's been a long day, I'm tired. So they were like battling for like fifth at this point, and Charles ends up like overtaking, and lucky I thought that it was overtaking off the track. So basically it was like they were turning this way, right, and they end up like Charles like overtakes him, like, and he's like right by the car, and they're at the apex, and I don't know, like I feel like when I look back at it, like it just doesn't look like Charles is like on the track. Like maybe the back tire was, but it was like an insane overtake. Like they were like literally like this, like they were basically touching, and I was like, oh my god. So Charles ends up like overtaking George, and then I'm so sorry. And then after that happened, I think it was after that happened, Mercedes ends up asking George to swap places with Kimmy, and like George ends up like laughing on the radio, and like I don't even remember what he says, but he ends up laughing. Right, so that happened. So he switched spots with Kimmy. Oh, and then, so at this point, yeah, we were like a little well into the race, and I didn't think anything was gonna like, I didn't think like anything like major like was gonna happen. So my dad had offered to buy me Dunkin' Donuts if I went with him to like, so he can like put his laundry, and then he would drive me to Dunkin' Donuts, and I could get whatever I want, right? So I'm like, okay, let's go. So I'm in the car with my phone instead of my iPad, because like I usually watch the races on my iPad, and I'm waiting in the car for him to put his laundry in, right? Because we had to go to the laundromat and do laundry. And as he's getting out of the car to go put his clothes in, I look down at my phone because I have my AirPods in, and I hear, oh my god, like I hear the commentators like, oh my god, and I look down and I see, and it's Charles in the wall, and I was like, oh my god, there's no way this is a Ferrari DNF. I could not believe my eyes, I could not believe my ears. And obviously, a lot of controversy sparked, you know, because it's like Kimmy, like basically like, you know, Kimmy, you know, so people are like, oh, Kimmy's inexperienced, you know, and I'm like, yo, this is like Kimmy's first year, like we gotta chill. Like people are being really mean to him. But yeah, I mean it sucked. Like I mean it absolutely sucked. Like it was horrible. The crash, like the way the car looked after was absolutely insane to me. Like the whole front, like the front wing was gone. Like the front nose, like it was just gone. And because of that, obviously a safety car. And then I don't know what else happened. I might have missed something else important because at this time I was like literally in the car, like ordering food as well, and I didn't get home until after. But I get home and I put the race on my iPad, and I'm like settling down, and I step away for a moment to go put something in my room, and I have the iPad like at full volume, and I hear Lando's radio message come through on the broadcast, and he's like, yeah, I see smoke or something about the cars starting to smell funny. I hear that. I hear there's smoke. No. I immediately sprint over to my iPad, and what I see in front of me, I hated it. It's Lando pulling over, smoke coming out of the back of the car, and I can't remember what exactly was wrong. I don't remember if it was like the engine, or I can't remember what it was exactly, but basically they just like died on him, like just died on him. So Lando DNF. So basically this race was like my worst nightmare come true. Charles, Lewis, and Lando DNF, like all my top three, and I was like devastated. Like I was like, there's no way this is happening to me right now. I was upset because, as you guys may or may not know, I'm a Lando fan. I'm a Lando diehard. Well, not a diehard, but I'm a huge fan, and I want him to win just not a fan. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like when you get into the sport, you kind of just like you just gravitate to certain people automatically, right? Like for me, it was Charles, and then a slow transition happened to where Lando just like, I'm a huge Lando fan, and obviously I love Charles, you know, but Lando for me has always, like, I don't know why, but like he's recently, ever since this year started, like he's been top for me. But yeah, so that happened, and I was absolutely devastated, and I just think the Oscar's gonna win it, and honestly, if he wins it, he deserves it. And then oh my god, this was honestly, this was like the only positive thing about Lando DNFing. Isaac Hatchar had his first podium. I was so excited. You know, I was first. I was obviously devastated, and then I was like, wait a second. Lando's gone, which means Max is second. And who was running in fourth place originally? Isaac Hatchar. I could not believe it, y'all. I was in shock. I was like, oh my god, Isaac, no way. And he did it. And you guys, if you guys haven't already, you guys should go look at the clips of him celebrating with his team. It is so sweet and wholesome. And I just loved it. I thought it was fantastic. And honestly, they obviously deserve it. And yeah, and also I think Lewis has a penalty for Monza. So that should be fun. I'm not too sure though. I think I saw it like briefly scrolling on Twitter. So you guys might have to like fact check that for me. Sorry about that. Sorry about that too. And yeah, I also mentioned the Carlos Sainz and the stewards thing. So yeah, overall, I give this race a 9 out of 10 because I mean, it really had me at the edge of my seat with these like moments, you know. Driver of the day was Isaac Hatchar. Fastest lap was Oscar, and let's go over the results. So Oscar won, so P1, Max second, Isaac third, George fourth, Alex Albon. Now this one is fantastic. Listen, I honestly would have voted. Wait, no. Yeah, okay, honestly, yeah, I did vote for Isaac to be driver of the day. But honestly, if Isaac wasn't on the podium, I would have voted for Alex, y'all, because Alex ended up qualifying 15th and he ended up 5th. Like, Alex as just Isaac. I just can't speak. Alex is a fantastic driver, and you just cannot deny that, you know. And then 6th with Oliver Behrman, 7th Lance Stroll, 8th Alonso, 9th Yuki. And I think they mentioned that the last time that Yuki had scored points was in Imola. So yeah, so it's been a minute. 10th Esteban Ocon, 11th Franco Colapinto, 12th Liam Lawson. Then we have Carlos Sainz, Nico Hülkenberg, Bortoleto, Antonelli, Pierre Gasly, and then RDNFs, Lando, Charles, and Lewis. So yeah, I'm excited for Monza. It's gonna be like Ferrari heaven, and probably hell, knowing how shitty those cars are. But I don't know. We'll have to see, y'all. But let me know if I missed anything important. I probably did, but